Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. Napoleon Bonaparte, they tell you hard work guarantees success. That's a lie whispered by those who profit from your endless toil. The truth is, the system isn't designed for you to win. It's designed for you to keep running, chasing a carrot that's perpetually out of reach. While you're grinding, someone else is strategizing, leveraging information and exploiting weaknesses you don't even see. They understand that the world operates on a different set of rules, a hidden code of power and influence that's never taught in schools. This isn't about luck. It's about recognizing the game being played and choosing to play it on your own terms. Most people are content to be pawns, blindly following the script they've been given. They cling to the illusion of security, afraid to question the narrative. But security is a myth. Stability is a prison. The only real power lies in understanding the truth, however uncomfortable it may be, and using that knowledge to forge your own destiny. Forget the fairy tales. Embrace the reality that success demands more than just effort. It demands awareness, cunning, and a willingness to defy the status quo. The comfortable lie is a trap. The harsh truth is the key to your freedom. Don't be a sheep, be a wolf. Learn to see the world as it truly is, not as they want you to believe it is. The first step is acknowledging that you've been lied to. The next step is seeking the truth, no matter how painful it may be. It's time to wake up. They want you docile. They sell you dreams wrapped in complacency, packaged as attainable if only you work hard enough and follow the rules. They preach the gospel of patience, promising rewards in the distant future, conveniently keeping you chained to the present. The truth is, patience is often just a synonym for stagnation. While you're patiently waiting for your turn, others are seizing opportunities, creating their own advantages, and rewriting the rules of the game. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who act, those who disrupt, those who refuse to be confined by the limitations imposed upon them. Don't mistake hard work for smart work. Effort without direction is wasted energy. You can spend your entire life climbing the ladder only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. True success comes from identifying the right wall, understanding the terrain, and choosing the most efficient path to the top, even if it means forging your own path entirely. They benefit from your ignorance. They thrive on your conformity. They fear your awakening. The moment you begin to question their authority, the moment you start to see through their deception, is the moment you become a threat to their carefully constructed reality. Embrace that threat. Become the disruptor. Become the force that shatters their illusions and exposes the truth for all to see. The only way to break free from their control is to reject their narrative and create your own. It's time to take control. They tell you to play fair. They tell you to respect the rules. They tell you to be a good citizen. But the game is rigged. The rules are designed to favor the powerful, and being a good citizen often means being a compliant slave. The truth is, fairness is a myth, respect is often misplaced, and blind obedience is a path to servitude. The world doesn't reward those who play fair. It rewards those who play to win, regardless of the cost. They preach morality while engaging in immoral acts. They demand obedience while undermining your freedom. They promise equality while perpetuating inequality. Don't be fooled by their hypocrisy. See through their lies. Understand that the only way to truly succeed is to play the game on your own terms, to bend the rules to your advantage, and to never apologize for pursuing your own ambitions. They want you to believe that success is a zero-sum game, that your gain must come at someone else's expense. The truth is, abundance is possible, but it requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to challenge the status quo, and a relentless pursuit of your own potential. Don't be afraid to break the rules. Don't be afraid to challenge authority. Don't be afraid to be different. The world needs more rebels, more innovators, more individuals who are willing to question everything and create a better future for themselves and for those around them. It's time to rewrite the rules. They tell you to be humble. They tell you to be grateful for what you have. They tell you that wanting more is greedy. The truth is, humility is often used to suppress ambition. Gratitude can be a form of complacency, and wanting more is a natural human desire that drives progress and innovation. The world doesn't reward those who are content with mediocrity. It rewards those who strive for excellence, those who push boundaries, and those who never settle for anything less than their full potential. They want you to believe that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you are not enough. The truth is, you are capable of far more than you realize. You possess untapped potential that is waiting to be unleashed. You have the power to create the life you desire, to achieve your wildest dreams, and to make a lasting impact on the world. Don't let their limiting beliefs hold you back. Reject their negativity. Embrace your ambition. Believe in yourself. The only way to truly succeed is to silence the inner critic, to ignore the naysayers, and to relentlessly pursue your goals with unwavering determination. They fear your potential. They fear your power. They fear your success. That is why they try to keep you small, to keep you quiet, and to keep you from realizing your true potential. Don't let them win. Show them what you are capable of. Unleash your inner greatness and create a life that is worthy of your potential. It's time to rise above. They sell you comfort. They tell you to avoid risks. They tell you to stay in your lane. The truth is, comfort is a trap. Risks are necessary for growth, and staying in your lane will only lead to mediocrity. The world doesn't reward those who play it safe. It rewards those who take calculated risks, those who step outside their comfort zones, and those who dare to venture into uncharted territory. They want you to believe that security is the ultimate goal. The truth is, security is an illusion. The only way to truly thrive is to embrace uncertainty, to adapt to change, and to be willing to take risks in pursuit of your dreams. They preach the virtues of conformity while secretly admiring those who dare to be different. They condemn those who challenge the status quo while secretly envying their courage. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone to success. Learn from your mistakes, adapt to your challenges, and never give up on your dreams. The only way to truly succeed is to embrace the unknown, to push your boundaries, and to never settle for anything less than your full potential. They fear your audacity. They fear your resilience. They fear your unwavering determination. That is why they try to discourage you, to dissuade you, and to keep you from pursuing your dreams. Don't let them win. Prove them wrong. Show them what you are capable of. Take the risks, embrace the challenges, and create a life that is worthy of your ambition. It's time to take flight. The human mind is a battleground, a constant struggle between fear and ambition. They program you from birth to fear the unknown, to cling to the familiar, to seek comfort above all else. This programming is a carefully constructed prison, designed to keep you docile, compliant, and easily controlled. They tell you that security is paramount, that risk is dangerous, that conformity is virtuous. But the truth is far more insidious. Fear is a weapon wielded by those who seek to maintain their power. It paralyzes you, prevents you from taking action, and keeps you trapped in a cycle of mediocrity. They want you to believe that you are not capable of more, that you are not worthy of success, that you are destined to live a life of quiet desperation. This is a lie, a carefully crafted deception designed to suppress your potential. Your mind is capable of far more than you realize. You have the power to overcome your fears, to break free from your limitations, and to achieve greatness. But you must first recognize the programming, the insidious lies that have been implanted in your subconscious. You must challenge the status quo, question the conventional wisdom, and dare to think for yourself. This is not an easy task. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. But the rewards are immeasurable. The ability to control your own mind, to make your own choices, and to live your life on your own terms is the ultimate freedom. They fear this freedom. They fear the power of a mind that is not easily controlled. That is why they try to suppress your individuality, to discourage your creativity, and to keep you in line. Don't let them succeed. Embrace your unique perspective, cultivate your passions, and refuse to conform to their expectations. The world needs your ideas, your talents, and your vision. Don't be afraid to share them, to express them, and to use them to create a better future. They will try to silence you, to discredit you, and to make you doubt yourself. But don't listen to them. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and never give up on your dreams. The path to success is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The challenges you face will make you stronger, the setbacks you experience will make you wiser, and the obstacles you overcome will make you more resilient. Embrace the journey, learn from your mistakes, and never lose sight of your goals. The world is waiting for you to unleash your potential. Don't disappoint it. They will tell you that you are being unrealistic, that you are chasing a pipe dream, that you are destined to fail. Ignore them. The only limits that exist are the ones you impose on yourself. You are capable of far more than you think. You have the power to create your own reality, to shape your own destiny, and to achieve anything you set your mind to. Believe in yourself, trust your abilities, and never give up on your dreams. The world is yours for the taking. They want you to believe that you are not good enough, that you are not smart enough, that you are not worthy of success. This is a lie, a carefully constructed illusion designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. You are more than enough. You are capable of achieving great things. You have the potential to make a real difference in the world. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and never let anyone dim your light. The world needs your unique talents, your unique perspective, and your unique vision. Don't be afraid to share them, to express them, and to use them to create a better future. They will try to bring you down, to discourage you, and to make you feel like you are not worthy. But don't let them succeed. Rise above their negativity, ignore their criticisms, and focus on your own goals. You are the master of your own destiny. You have the power to create the life you want. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Embrace your potential, cultivate your passions, and never give up on your dreams. The world is waiting for you to unleash your greatness. They will try to convince you that failure is something to be feared, something to be avoided at all costs. This is a lie. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone to success. Every successful person has failed countless times before achieving their goals. The key is to learn from your mistakes, to adapt to your challenges, and to never give up on your dreams. Don't be afraid to fail. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. The path to success is not always easy, but it is always worth it. They want you to play it safe, to stay within the boundaries of what is considered acceptable, to avoid taking risks. This is a trap. Playing it safe will only lead to mediocrity. The greatest achievements in history have come from those who dared to challenge the status quo, who dared to take risks, and who dared to venture into uncharted territory. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, to challenge the conventional wisdom, and to pursue your passions. The world needs your creativity, your innovation, and your willingness to take risks. Embrace the unknown, push your boundaries, and never settle for anything less than your full potential. They will try to tell you that you are being foolish, that you are wasting your time, that you are destined to fail. Ignore them. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and never give up on your dreams. The only way to truly succeed is to embrace the challenges, to learn from your mistakes, and to never stop pushing yourself to be better. The world is waiting for you to unleash your greatness. Consider the story of Robert, a man who poured his heart and soul into building a small business. He meticulously planned every detail, secured funding, and assembled a dedicated team. He envisioned a future of growth and prosperity, a legacy he could be proud of. But the market shifted. A competitor emerged with deeper pockets and a more aggressive strategy, and Robert's business began to falter. He tried everything he could to adapt, to innovate, to stay afloat, but the tide was against him. He watched as his dreams crumbled before his eyes, as his employees lost their jobs, and as his personal savings dwindled. He faced sleepless nights, crippling anxiety, and the crushing weight of failure. Many would have advised him to cut his losses, to declare bankruptcy, and to move on to something else. They would have told him that it was a sign that he wasn't cut out for entrepreneurship, that he should stick to a safer, more stable career path. They would have told him that he was foolish for clinging to a dying dream, that he was only prolonging the inevitable pain. But Robert refused to listen. He refused to accept defeat. He believed that there was still a chance, however slim, to turn things around. He doubled down on his efforts, working even harder, taking even greater risks. He sought advice from mentors, attended industry conferences, and devoured books on business strategy. He identified new market opportunities, developed innovative products, and implemented aggressive marketing campaigns. He streamlined his operations, cut costs, and renegotiated contracts. He even mortgaged his house to secure additional funding. His friends and family warned him that he was being reckless, that he was risking everything he had for a lost cause. They urged him to give up, to accept the reality of his situation, and to move on with his life. But Robert remained steadfast in his determination. He knew that the road ahead would be difficult, that the odds were stacked against him, but he refused to surrender. He believed that with enough hard work, perseverance, and a little bit of luck, he could overcome any obstacle. He understood that failure was not the opposite of success, but rather an integral part of it. He knew that every setback, every mistake, every disappointment was an opportunity to learn and grow. He embraced the challenges, learned from his failures, and kept moving forward one step at a time. He didn't let the fear of failure paralyze him. Instead, he used it as fuel to drive him forward. He didn't let the opinions of others deter him. Instead, he listened to his own intuition and followed his own path. He didn't let the setbacks discourage him. Instead, he used them as motivation to push himself even harder. And slowly but surely, his efforts began to pay off. His new products gained traction in the market. His marketing campaigns generated leads. His operations became more efficient. His costs were reduced, and his sales started to climb. He clawed his way back from the brink of bankruptcy, one sale at a time. He rebuilt his team one hire at a time, and he restored his reputation, one satisfied customer at a time. After years of struggle, Robert not only saved his business, but he also transformed it into a thriving enterprise. He emerged from the crucible of failure stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. He became a mentor to other aspiring entrepreneurs, sharing his experiences and inspiring them to pursue their dreams. He proved that with enough grit, determination, and a refusal to give up, anything is possible. Robert's story is not unique. It is a story that is repeated countless times throughout history, in every field of endeavor. It is a testament to the power of the human spirit, the ability to overcome adversity, and the importance of never giving up on your dreams. It is a reminder that the path to success is not always easy, but it is always worth it. They will try to convince you that failure is something to be avoided, that it is a sign of weakness, that it is a reason to give up. They will try to protect you from the pain of failure, to shield you from the disappointment, to keep you safe within the confines of your comfort zone. But they are wrong. Failure is not something to be feared. It is something to be embraced. It is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. It is a necessary step on the path to success. Don't let them scare you. Don't let them hold you back. Don't let them convince you that you are not capable of achieving your dreams. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and never give up on your passions. The world is waiting for you to unleash your potential. The trap is believing that comfort is your birthright. Society programs you to seek safety, to avoid risk, to conform to the norm. They sell you the illusion of security, a steady job, a comfortable home, a predictable life. But security is a cage. It's a gilded cage perhaps, but a cage nonetheless. Inside, you're protected from the storms, but you're also cut off from the sunlight. You're fed regularly, but you're never truly nourished. The weak cling to this cage, mistaking it for freedom. They trade their potential for the promise of a painless existence, slowly suffocating their dreams. They become slaves to the system, working to maintain the very cage that imprisons them. They tell themselves that they're content, that they're happy, that they're living the good life. But deep down, they know the truth. They know that they're settling, that they're compromising, that they're wasting their lives on things that don't matter. They fear the unknown, the uncertainty, the possibility of failure. So they stay put, trapped in their comfort zone, slowly withering away. The strong, on the other hand, recognize the cage for what it is, a trap. They understand that true freedom lies outside, in the realm of risk and uncertainty. They embrace the challenges, the obstacles, the setbacks. They know that failure is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone towards it. They're willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term fulfillment. They're willing to endure pain, disappointment, and hardship in pursuit of their goals. They understand that the greatest rewards come from taking the greatest risks. They're not afraid to break free from the herd, to forge their own path, to live life on their own terms. They're not afraid to fail, because they know that failure is simply an opportunity to learn and grow. They're not afraid to be different, to be misunderstood, to be criticized. They're too busy building their empires to care what others think. The weak seek validation from others, the strong validate themselves. The weak crave approval, the strong seek results. The weak fear judgment, the strong invite it. They understand that criticism is simply a sign that they're doing something worth noticing. The more enemies you have, the more impact you're making. The more people who try to tear you down, the higher you're climbing. Don't be afraid to make enemies. Don't be afraid to ruffle feathers. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. The world needs more rebels, more disruptors, more individuals who are willing to stand up and fight for what they believe in. The weak are easily offended. The strong are immune to offense. They understand that words are just words, that opinions are just opinions. They don't let the negativity of others affect their mindset or their actions. They're too focused on their goals to be distracted by petty insults or baseless accusations. They understand that the only opinion that truly matters is their own. They know their worth, they know their potential, and they refuse to let anyone else define them. The weak blame others for their problems. The strong take responsibility for their lives. They don't make excuses, they don't complain, they don't play the victim. They understand that they are the masters of their own destiny, that they have the power to create the life they want. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own opportunities. They don't rely on luck. They rely on hard work, dedication, and perseverance. They understand that success is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice. They choose to be successful, and they do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. The weak are easily discouraged. The strong are relentlessly persistent. They don't give up easily. They don't back down from challenges. They don't let setbacks derail them. They understand that the road to success is long and arduous, filled with obstacles and challenges. But they're not afraid to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep striving. They understand that every failure is a learning opportunity, every setback is a chance to grow stronger. They never lose sight of their goals, and they never give up on their dreams. The weak are followers, the strong are leaders. They don't blindly follow the crowd, they don't accept the status quo, they don't conform to the norm. They have their own vision, their own ideas, their own beliefs. They're not afraid to stand out, to be different, to be unique. They inspire others to follow them, to believe in themselves, to pursue their own dreams. They create a ripple effect of positive change, transforming the world around them. The weak are consumers, the strong are creators. They don't passively consume information, they don't mindlessly follow trends, they don't simply accept what they're told. They actively create, they innovate, they disrupt. They build businesses, they write books, they create art, they invent new technologies. They leave their mark on the world, making a positive impact on the lives of others. The weak live in fear, the strong live in courage. They don't let fear dictate their decisions. They don't let anxiety paralyze them. They don't let doubt hold them back. They embrace fear as a challenge, as an opportunity to grow stronger. They understand that the greatest rewards lie on the other side of fear. They push themselves beyond their comfort zones, they take risks, they embrace the unknown. They live life to the fullest, without regrets, without limitations. The weak seek pleasure, the strong seek purpose. They don't waste their time on frivolous pursuits, they don't indulge in mindless distractions, they don't seek instant gratification. They focus on what truly matters, on their goals, on their passions, on their impact on the world. They live a life of purpose, a life of meaning, a life that is worth living. The strong understand that truth is a weapon, a tool, a force that can be wielded to shape reality itself. It's not a passive concept to be debated in ivory towers, but an active principle to be deployed on the battlefield of life. The world is constantly trying to lull you into complacency, to convince you that ignorance is bliss, that conformity is safety. But the truth never sleeps. It lies in wait, ready to ambush those who are unprepared, those who have become too comfortable in their illusions. To truly master your destiny, you must embrace the truth, however harsh, however uncomfortable, however inconvenient it may be. This is not a path for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to confront the darkness within yourself and the world around you. The weak cling to their illusions because they are afraid of what they might find if they dared to look beneath the surface. The strong, on the other hand, seek out the truth precisely because they know it is the only way to achieve true power and freedom. This power is not about dominating others, but about mastering yourself. It's about understanding the forces that shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, and learning how to control them. It's about breaking free from the chains of social conditioning and becoming the master of your own mind. To achieve this level of self-mastery, you must be willing to question everything, to challenge every assumption, to dismantle every belief that is not based on solid evidence and rational thought. This is a painful process, but it is also incredibly liberating. As you shed your illusions, you will begin to see the world with new clarity, to understand the true nature of reality. You will no longer be a puppet of circumstance, but a conscious agent, capable of shaping your own destiny. This requires a constant vigilance, a relentless pursuit of truth. The world is full of deception, of propaganda, of misinformation. You must learn to discern the signal from the noise, to separate fact from fiction. This means developing critical thinking skills, questioning everything you hear and read, and seeking out multiple perspectives. It also means being willing to change your mind when presented with new evidence. The strong are not afraid to admit when they are wrong. They understand that intellectual humility is a virtue, that learning is a lifelong process. They are always seeking to improve their understanding of the world, to refine their beliefs, to become more effective agents of change. And this is why truth never sleeps. It is not something you can simply acquire once and then forget about. It is a constant companion, a guiding light, a source of strength and resilience. It demands your attention, your vigilance, your unwavering commitment. Because the moment you become complacent, the moment you let your guard down, the moment you stop questioning, that's when the lies creep in, that's when the illusions take hold, that's when you lose your power. To stay strong, you must remain awake. You must remain vigilant. You must remain committed to the truth, no matter the cost. The world will try to distract you, to tempt you with pleasures and comforts, to lull you into a false sense of security. But you must resist these temptations. You must stay focused on your purpose, on your goals, on your commitment to truth. And as you do, you will find that your strength grows, your understanding deepens, and your power increases. You will become a force to be reckoned with, a master of your own destiny, and an inspiration to others who seek to break free from the chains of illusion. Because the truth, ultimately, is the only thing that can set you free. And the strong know that freedom is the ultimate power. It is the ability to think for yourself, to act for yourself, to create your own reality, free from the constraints of social conditioning, free from the control of others, free from the limitations of your own mind. This is the power that the truth unlocks. This is the power that the strong wield. And this is why truth never sleeps. Because the battle for freedom is never truly over. It is a constant struggle, a never-ending pursuit. But for those who are willing to embrace the truth, to fight for it, to defend it, the rewards are immeasurable. They are the rewards of a life lived with purpose, with meaning, with authenticity. They are the rewards of a life lived in freedom. Empires crumble, not from the ferocity of their enemies alone, but from the rot within. They become complacent, convinced of their own invincibility, blinded by the glitter of their own power. This blindness is a deliberate choice, a seductive siren song promising ease and comfort. The truth, however, is a harsh taskmaster. It demands constant vigilance, relentless self-assessment, and an unwavering commitment to reality, no matter how unpleasant. When leaders begin to believe their own propaganda, when they surround themselves with sycophants who tell them only what they want to hear, when they prioritize short-term gains over long-term strategy, the seeds of destruction are sown. The truth about the empire's vulnerabilities, its weaknesses, its internal contradictions becomes obscured, hidden beneath layers of carefully constructed lies and self-deception. The people, too, become infected with this complacency, seduced by the promise of prosperity and security, willing to ignore the warning signs of impending collapse. They become passive, apathetic, unwilling to challenge the status quo, even when it is clear that the status quo is unsustainable. This is the great danger of unchecked power. It breeds arrogance, complacency, and ultimately, self-destruction. It is a lesson that history has taught us time and time again, yet it is a lesson that we seem destined to repeat. The illusion of control is a powerful drug, and those who are addicted to it are often the last to recognize its destructive effects. They cling to their illusions, even as the ground beneath them begins to crumble, convinced that their power is absolute, that they are somehow immune to the laws of reality. But reality, ultimately, always wins. The truth, no matter how long it is suppressed, will eventually emerge, shattering the illusions and exposing the lies for what they are. And when it does, the consequences can be devastating. The empire, once so mighty, so seemingly invincible, will be revealed as a fragile and vulnerable construct, built on a foundation of sand. Its enemies, emboldened by its weakness, will seize the opportunity to strike, and the empire will crumble, often with surprising speed. This is not simply a matter of military might or economic power. It is a matter of intellectual and moral strength. An empire that is built on lies cannot stand. An empire that is blind to the truth is doomed to fall. The strong know this. They understand that the truth is the ultimate weapon, and that those who wield it are ultimately the most powerful. They remain vigilant, even in times of peace and prosperity, constantly questioning, constantly challenging, constantly seeking to uncover the hidden realities that lie beneath the surface. They understand that the battle for truth is a never-ending struggle, and that complacency is the enemy of progress. And they are willing to fight that battle, no matter the cost, because they know that the alternative is ultimately far worse. The battlefield provides an equally stark lesson. Victory is not simply a matter of superior numbers or advanced technology. It is a matter of understanding the terrain, knowing the enemy, and having a clear and accurate assessment of the situation. A general who allows himself to be blinded by his own ego, who ignores the intelligence reports that contradict his preconceived notions, who surrounds himself with yes-men who are afraid to challenge his authority, is a general who is destined to lose. The truth about the enemy's strengths and weaknesses, about the terrain, about the weather, about the morale of the troops, is essential for making sound strategic decisions. A commander who relies on wishful thinking, who ignores the reality on the ground, is putting his troops at risk and jeopardizing the entire mission. The successful general is a relentless seeker of truth. He demands accurate information, even when it is unpleasant. He encourages dissent and debate among his staff. He is willing to change his plans based on new information. He understands that the fog of war can be deceiving, and that the only way to penetrate it is to constantly seek out the truth. He also understands the importance of psychological warfare, of manipulating the enemy's perceptions, of sowing discord and confusion. But even in this realm, the truth is a powerful weapon. A lie may win a battle, but it cannot win a war. Eventually, the truth will emerge, and when it does, it will shatter the enemy's morale and undermine their will to fight. The strong leader understands the psychology of his own troops as well. He knows that they are more likely to follow a leader who is honest and trustworthy, even when the news is bad, than a leader who is constantly trying to sugarcoat the truth. He communicates clearly and honestly, even when the situation is dire. He inspires confidence, not through empty platitudes, but through his own competence and his unwavering commitment to the mission. He understands that his troops are not simply pawns in a game, but human beings with hopes, fears, and aspirations. He treats them with respect and dignity, and he earns their loyalty through his own integrity. This requires seeing beyond the surface, understanding the complex motivations and fears that drive individuals. It means understanding that even the bravest soldier can be broken by constant lies and manipulation. In war, as in life, the truth is a double-edged sword. It can be used to deceive and manipulate, but it can also be used to inspire and empower. The strong leader knows how to wield it effectively, to use it to achieve his goals while maintaining his own integrity. He understands that the ultimate victory is not simply a matter of conquering territory, but of winning the hearts and minds of the people, and that can only be achieved through truth and trust. The lessons of empires and war are applicable to all aspects of life. Whether you are building a business, raising a family, or simply trying to achieve your own personal goals, the truth is your most valuable asset. Cultivate it, protect it, and never compromise it, no matter the cost. The rewards are immeasurable. Truth, from a psychological perspective, is not merely a collection of facts, but a fundamental building block of mental well-being and effective action. Our minds are wired to seek coherence and consistency. Lies, deception, and self-delusion introduce dissonance, creating internal conflict that drains energy and impairs judgment. This internal conflict manifests in various ways: anxiety, stress, and a pervasive sense of unease. When we operate from a foundation of lies, we are constantly forced to expend mental energy maintaining the facade, a cognitive burden that diminishes our capacity for clear thinking and creative problem-solving. This is why individuals who are consistently dishonest often appear scattered, unfocused, and ultimately, less competent. Their minds are fragmented, divided between the reality they perceive and the fabricated version they present to the world. The constant effort required to maintain this duplicity depletes their mental resources, leaving them vulnerable to stress, burnout, and poor decision-making. Furthermore, a reliance on lies erodes self-trust. When we consistently deceive others, we begin to doubt our own perceptions and judgments. We become less confident in our ability to discern truth from falsehood, both in the external world and within ourselves. This self-doubt can be crippling, leading to hesitancy, indecisiveness, and a general lack of agency. The ability to act decisively and effectively hinges on a solid foundation of self-trust, which is, in turn, built upon a commitment to truthfulness. A person who is constantly lying to others is ultimately lying to themselves, and this self-deception corrodes the very core of their being. The psychological impact of truth extends beyond the individual level, shaping our relationships and social interactions. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, and trust is impossible without truth. When we are honest with others, we create a space for genuine connection and vulnerability. We signal that we value the relationship and are willing to be authentic, even when it is difficult. Conversely, lies erode trust, creating distance and suspicion. Even small lies can have a cumulative effect, chipping away at the foundation of a relationship until it crumbles. People are remarkably adept at detecting deception, even if they cannot consciously articulate the specific cues that betray the lie. This unconscious awareness of deception can lead to a sense of unease and distrust, even in the absence of concrete evidence. In the long run, a reputation for dishonesty will isolate you from others, leaving you with superficial relationships and a profound sense of loneliness. In a world saturated with information and misinformation, the ability to discern truth is a critical skill. This requires not only critical thinking and analytical skills, but also a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths and challenge our own biases. Confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, is a powerful force that can lead us astray. To overcome this bias, we must actively seek out diverse perspectives and be willing to question our own assumptions. This requires intellectual humility, the recognition that we do not have all the answers and that our beliefs are always subject to revision in light of new evidence. The pursuit of truth is not a passive endeavor, but an active and ongoing process of inquiry and self-reflection. It requires a commitment to intellectual honesty, a willingness to admit when we are wrong, and a constant striving for greater understanding. Furthermore, embracing truth requires a willingness to tolerate uncertainty. The world is a complex and often ambiguous place, and definitive answers are not always available. We must be comfortable with ambiguity and resist the urge to prematurely embrace simple explanations that provide a false sense of certainty. True understanding often requires grappling with paradoxes and contradictions, holding multiple perspectives in mind simultaneously, and accepting that some questions may never have definitive answers. The path of truth is not always easy. It often leads us to confront uncomfortable realities about ourselves, our relationships, and the world around us. It may require us to abandon cherished beliefs and to challenge the status quo. But ultimately, the pursuit of truth is the path to greater understanding, wisdom, and personal growth. It is the foundation upon which we build meaningful relationships, effective actions, and a life of purpose. The discomfort of facing the truth is temporary. The consequences of living a lie are eternal. Truth never sleeps because deception is a constantly evolving beast. It adapts, mutates, and finds new cracks in the armor of your perception. You cannot simply declare victory over falsehood and rest easy. Complacency is the fertile ground where lies take root and flourish. The world is a theater of illusions, a carefully constructed narrative designed to control your thoughts and actions. The actors may change, the stage may shift, but the underlying deception remains the same: to keep you docile, compliant, and ignorant of your true potential. The lie is comfortable. The truth demands action. Consider the narratives fed to you since birth. The myth of equality, the illusion of justice, the promise of security. These are comforting fables designed to lull you into a false sense of security. They distract you from the harsh realities of power, competition, and survival. They encourage you to outsource your responsibility, to rely on external forces for your well-being. But the truth is, you are alone in the arena. No one is coming to save you. You must fight for your own survival, defend your own interests, and create your own destiny. The truth demands relentless vigilance. You must constantly question everything you are told, analyze every piece of information you receive, and challenge the prevailing narratives. Develop a healthy skepticism, a critical eye that sees through the veneer of deception. Seek out alternative perspectives, expose yourself to dissenting voices, and cultivate the ability to think for yourself. Do not blindly accept the pronouncements of authority, whether it be the government, the media, or so-called experts. Trust your own instincts, follow your own reason, and arrive at your own conclusions. The pursuit of truth is a lonely path. It will isolate you from those who prefer the comfort of illusion. It will make you an outsider, a dissident, a threat to the established order. But this is a necessary sacrifice. For the sake of your own freedom, for the sake of your own integrity, you must be willing to stand apart. You must be willing to endure the scorn of the masses, the ridicule of the ignorant, and the persecution of the powerful. The truth is not always popular, but it is always right. Embrace the discomfort of questioning. Welcome the challenge of uncertainty. Seek out the hidden truths that lie beneath the surface of reality. Develop a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for understanding, and a relentless pursuit of clarity. Do not be afraid to confront uncomfortable facts, to challenge your own assumptions, and to revise your beliefs in light of new evidence. This is the path to true power, to true freedom, and to true fulfillment. Ultimately, the truth is not something to be discovered, but something to be created. It is the product of your own relentless inquiry, your own unwavering commitment to intellectual honesty, and your own courageous pursuit of understanding. It is the foundation upon which you build your own life, your own relationships, and your own destiny. So never stop questioning, never stop learning, and never